Coming up next, Terror on the Spot. We've got a special Halloween episode filled with vampires, costumes, and more. Infamous 2 has been overrun with vampires and Festival of Blood, and the Saints Row Initiation Station lets you put together that costume you keep saying you're going to wear. We've also got the latest digital downloads, a starting block for the Lord of the Rings War in the North, a behind-the-scenes look at the Controller with FreddieW, and a special Halloween community video. We're live! Terror on the Spot!
It only comes around but once a year, and it's Terror on the Spot here at Gamespot. We are live with our Halloween episode, and we're very excited because we got some cool stuff going on live for you folks today. Joining me on the couch here is Marco Georgievich. Marco is going to be doing our demo a little bit later on. But Marco, before we get to that, we have some stuff to talk about.
We have a lot to talk about.
We got people like set up back there in the studio. We've got 2 contests going on involving GameSpot editors. Halloween-themed stuff that we're going to go check in with now. And that's all leading up to a final showdown at the end of the show. And the winners are going to be determined by you guys. So get in the chat room and on the comments. Be ready to vote, because then you can get yourself a nice little emblem and some other trivia giveaways coming up later in the show. But first, we're going to check in with Jody Robinson. She's right over here. Jody, you're at the initiation station. Tell us what's going on over there.
Ward and Sean McInnes making Saints Row the Third costumes. So they are using this, I believe it's a character thing that everybody can get a code right now on the page. And I'm here going to be telling you guys which character you guys are going to try out. So I have 3 characters. You guys can just go ahead and go at it. As soon as I mention, you can pick which one out of the 3. You could do Link, Samus, or Marcus from Gears of War 3, 2, 1, 1.
So we're giving them limited choices?
Yes.
Let's go with the guy that I already have, because I put a lot of work into this.
It's a competition.
What does it look like? Oh, delightful. You didn't really put a lot of work into that, did you, Kevin?
Yeah, this is a
Come
look.
I already made a popular comic book character, a Silver Surfer.
Oh,
who,
okay, that's Sean's
updated in 2011 form, is wearing one of these.
Does that make it more decent or less decent, Sean?
I think that makes him more decent. I don't know. You tell me.
I disagree.
I think you guys are trying to cheat here.
All right, we'll start making a character.
All right, who are you going to do?
I'm going to make Link.
I'll do Marcus.
Sweet. Okay.
And they're off. Now, as Jody was mentioning, this is using the Saints Row the Third Initiation Station, which is a download you can get on the, I think we're using Xboxes over there. Is that right, gentlemen?
Yes. No, PS3.
Lady? PS3?
Xbox, okay.
We are giving away these download codes for free on the site. Just take a look at the homepage, scroll down about halfway. But of course, after you watch the live stream, and you can get yourself a free code for that. That's the first contest, but the next one involves sharp implements. And for that, we go to Homer Rabara. Homer, what's going on over there, man?
Chris, we are here at the furthest end of the studio, and we've got some hardcore pumpkin carving going on, courtesy of Michelle. How's it going, Michelle?
It's going good.
So what do we got going on here? We got 2 of our senior editors here. We got Tom Magrino. What's going on, Tom?
Totally not a senior editor.
Well, you are an editor, and you've been here for a while, so, you know. And you're You're old.
Pay me, I'll take it.
All right, okay. And Andrew Park, what's going on?
Hey, Homer.
So do you guys have pumpkin carving skills or what?
I have never carved a pumpkin in my entire life.
Zero experience.
You guys are seeing it for the first time live.
All right, Andrew?
Like 7 or 8 years ago.
7 or 8 years ago, so we got some green horns here. What do you think their chances are? What do they got to carve, first of all?
Well, it's the Gears of War logo.
And who did that?
I did that.
You did that?
I did that.
Ask her how long it took her to do that.
How long did it take you to do that?
From guts to glory, I would say about 2 hours.
Yes. And mind you, people, this is a 1-hour program, so they have to do that, and you were an expert at this, right?
Yes. About 10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Woo. All right, so anyways, they're going to get to work, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the crowning jewel right here. This is what they win. So without further ado, let's go. Let's get started.
Rip those open.
Right.
Homer, tell us a little bit about your own pumpkin carving experience. Are you a experienced jack-o'-lantern crafter?
I wouldn't. I'm kind of humble in a lot of standards, but I would consider myself like a modern-day Mozart. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Mozart makes music, right?
Yes.
So yeah,
he does.
That's how much I know about pumpkin carving.
I have high hopes for how those are going to turn out, especially with two totally
I have no
inexperienced
hope,
folks
Zero
at the
hope.
helm. Now, while Tom Magrino is going to get started with his carving, we are going to check out the latest in the news from Tom Magrino earlier this afternoon. Let's take a look.
Welcome to your GameSpot news update for Thursday, October 27th. Tom Magrino here to provide you with a look at the very best in news for the week without a crazy British accent. What's power? Rockstar needed just 5 characters to send the internet into an apoplectic fit on Tuesday. Those characters were #GTAV. Ostensibly tied to the disbarment of Grand Theft Auto's real-world antagonist Jack Thompson, the understated and detail-free announcement for one of the world's biggest hits is expected to get bigger on November 2nd when Rockstar rolls out the game's first trailer. Of course, the rumor mill is already churning out absolute fact, man, I tell you, confirmations, the most notable of which being that the game will take place in a city based on Los Angeles. Los Angeles, of course, isn't new to the GTA franchise, having first appeared in 2004's San Andreas as Los Santos. It's also totally, man, I tell you, true that the game will feature multiple protagonists. Whether all that actually equates to, I got you, man, this is the straight dope, we'll begin to find out on Tuesday. In other news, Nintendo totally face-planted this morning. It's true, I was there. Bit of a grisly sight. Mario Factory reported a net loss of $926 million for the April through September earnings period. Revenue likewise made some ungainly and awkward stumbling motion, falling 40% year over year to $2.8 billion. What happened? Well, the 3DS remains a sore spot for the company, having sold just 3 million units worldwide during the period. Nintendo also said it was being hammered by unfavorable exchange rates, declines in hardware and software sales, and decreasing margins thanks to price cuts and inventory markdown. Anyway, that does it for today. What? You want me to scare the kids? Look, I'm carving a pumpkin as we speak. I can only do so much around here. You guys know the drill. News.gamespot.com. Check it out.
Thank you, past Tom. Current day Tom, how's it going over there?
Yeah.
Not good.
Punctured the pumpkin.
The pumpkins have been punctured. Michelle, what do you think of their technique so far?
You know, for not ever having done this, he's got a good idea. He's got a good idea.
What do you think of Andrew over there? He looks like he's getting in there.
He dug in. They thought it was impossible. They dug in. I told them they have all the tools to make most of this possible.
Most of it.
Most of it.
So already they're set up to fail.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you go with the basic kit. But they look like they have good imagination, so, and they're probably
moving pretty
familiar
quick.
with the Gears of War symbol, so.
Some familiarity there.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar. I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar. They said, hey, we want you to carve this pumpkin. I said,
That's fine, yeah,
what does
turn
it
it
look
on.
like? And they gave me the picture, and I said, I can do that, no problem.
All right, done. Chris.
It looks like they're really getting into it, sort of working that elbow. I remind them that they're on a deadline because this is a contest, folks, and you are going to be the judges. So keep in mind it's Andrew or Tom on the pumpkins, and we've got Kevin and Sean over at the initiation station. Jody, is it worth checking in on how these things are going so far? What's your read?
At this point, there's some limitations on. But I think that they're still doing a lot better than imaginable. This game is not intended for the Nintendo and kind of games. So Sean's been doing pretty decent, and I would say Kevin's doing amazing because Marcus seems like he would fit in this universe, Chris.
So I went for like classic Link or like trashy prostitute Link, because I can make one of those. I'll let you guess what it is.
Creator, I think that given the restrictions of the initiation station, which, let's keep it real, this thing can do a lot. But maybe it can't exactly emulate Wind Waker cel-shaded Link. Sean, your presentation is ultimately going to be judged by the chat room, so play to the crowd.
I will do that. Trashy prostitutes.
I think I may have just created a monster. Speaking of monsters, this video game that we're going to play here, Marco.
Yes.
We've got a demo here today. Tell the folks what we're going to see.
We're about to watch Infamous Festival of Blood.
Festival of Blood?
Yes.
All right, so Infamous, you got Cole.
Yes.
You got superpowers with the electricity and the zapping.
Yep.
What is Blood? How does that factor in?
Well, it's Halloween, but in the world of Cole and his buddy Zeke, it's this thing called Pyre Night. So it's this one night of the year where the people of San Marais, they celebrate, weird things going on in the city.
Sounds kind of pagan. I like it.
It sounds a lot like True Blood.
Okay.
All of a sudden, these vampires start appearing, and the game starts off with Zeke, trying to hit up with a girl. He's trying to impress her. So he tells her a story about, their adventures that one fateful night. So he tells her, he's trying to, as we see on the screen right now, he's trying to entice her. He's pulling his moves. So he name drops.
Name drops. Spin a little bit of a story. Zeke needs to use all the verbal tools at his disposal.
Exactly. When if you don't look the part, you gotta act the part.
Yeah. You gotta have something. So all right. So in Festival of Blood 2, before we are getting into the action here,
yes.
This is downloadable, but it's not an add-on to Infamous 2.
It is completely separate from Infamous 2. The story itself doesn't have any connection to the events of that game. In fact, someone like myself who hasn't even played Infamous 2 can still jump into this and have fun because it is completely standalone.
Okay, cool. And you don't need the retail disc to play it. Nope. You can just totally play it.
It's about a 3 gig download for like $10, and once you download it, you've got a pretty sizable chunk of the city as well available to you. You don't, I think, have everything, but you do have a good chunk that you can fool around with.
Cool. Now this is on the PS3, of
yes.
course, and downloadable. Is it out now or is it coming out shortly?
It came out actually on Tuesday.
Okay. And we've got Tom McShay working on the review for it for you folks, but we're going to take a look at it here. Of course, we are live right now, so send us your questions via the chat room. Let us know if there's anything you want to ask about Festival of Blood, and if there's anything you want to check in with on our competitors. Sean and Kevin working hard to build their video game characters in the Initiation Station, or Tom and Andrew trying to carve pumpkins out there, and I haven't heard any screams of pain, so I just presume that everything's at least going fine out there, and we have no medical emergencies.
Now some folks.
All right, Cole McGrath, as we run around here in this little catacomb actions.
Yes.
Pulse healing some raver by the look of it.
So you start off the game like you would with normal Cole, where you haven't become a vampire just yet. So you still have all the tricks and the trade of the beginning of the game, beginning of Infamous 2.
Are you gonna become a vampire soon?
Soon, yes.
Excellent.
First, I gotta heal some people. I gotta find them all.
Speaking of time, we got a question from the chat room coming in, wondering about how long the DLC is. Do you have any idea?
To be honest, I don't have a proper answer. I've been playing it for about 2-3 hours today before the show, and I don't think I was anywhere near close. Mind you, I was playing a lot of the extra content that's available.
Like side missions?
There's a lot of side missions. You know how in Infamous 2 there is user-generated content?
Yes.
There's also in this as well.
Oh, neat.
So later on, you can do things. There'll be missions that you can fool around with, and there's a lot of tricks and things that you can find out. So which I'll show momentarily.
Cool. Now, while you bash through this stuff, can we have a quick glimpse at one of these characters in progress over there, possibly? Just take a quick screen look, and we can see. Okay, that looks like Kevin's Marcus Phoenix, coming along pretty well there. Got the burly look going, and now you're saving people. But Cole McGrath doesn't always save people.
That's one of the things with this game, though, is there is no differences. Okay, this is an important part you gotta watch now.
Okay. That was no ordinary lady lying unconscious in a crypt.
Yeah. Those fingers had got him. They'd opened up a vein in his neck and started dripping blood into some matchstick of a corpse. Cole's a conduit. He's superhuman. His blood, whew, it did the trick. Man, her bite was like a pit bull with syringes for teeth. The more she drank, the prettier she got. Other vampires started crowding around, chanting her name. Bloody Mary! Bloody Mary! Yeah, Cole's blood had brought her back all right. In return, she gave me a little something inside.
That is a little bit True Blood. The Fanger. That's totally the slang they use in that show. Oh.
Tail after me, the Bloody Mary. Oh God, I hate that name. Worse yet, it's served with breakfast. When was it ever acceptable to drink before 5 in the afternoon? Well, my dear.
Bloody Mary apparently doesn't tailgate.
In fact, come sunrise, all of your free will be mine.
Screw you.
Don't try raising a hand against me. I will not allow it.
Oh, you're in trouble now, Cole. All right, so we see her grinding here, but the lightning effect has taken on a different color.
Yes.
Indicating that you're somehow changed.
Yes, you've changed into a vampire.
You're vampire Cole now?
Yeah.
Go, go, go. All right, while Marco chases down Bloody Mary here, let's take a... Ooh, never mind. Cutscene. Not cutscene. Combat.
Yep.
Rather. I see they've gone with the Buffy the Vampire Slayer school of vampirism, where the older you are, the more like a monster vampire you look.
There's a little bit of variety of everything. You've got these vampires with the little, red blazers. You've got vampires who are topless. You even have harpies, so lady vampires, I guess they're called.
Well, harpies have like wings and talons.
Yeah, they fly.
Really?
They do fly. Mind you, in this one, they use machine guns to kill you.
All right, so maybe a more modern interpretation of mythological canon. I appreciate that. And there's your whacking stick.
Yep. Well, it's not your stick.
Looks a little different.
Yeah. What happened is your original little prong that you had from Infamous 2 disappeared all of a sudden right now. So
Zeke just forgot that detail when he's telling the story.
So you've got a cross, and in order to defeat enemies, you actually have to stake them. I guess that's the term.
It is. That's preferred. That's proper nomenclature.
Try to find him. Oh, there he is.
You got to get near Bloody Mary.
Oh no! I was too busy trying to kill him because I want to show off that. Because you actually have to stake your enemies. So let's see if I can do this quickly without wasting time. So every vampire character, you do need to stake them, and that's the only way you actually kill them. And when you kill them that way, you get achievements, or trophies, sorry, for PS3 owners. There is an achievement for doing that.
Sure. I mean, it's a proper downloadable game, so like any downloadable game off PSN, it's going to come with trophies. That in response, of course, to another chat room question. More rail grinding and more vampires. So are vampires the only enemies you fought? Well, you said harpies.
Well, vampire, like those mythical,
creatures of the night.
Creatures of the night, exactly. So there are different. I don't want to spoil it this early on, but you do encounter. See, like there's these topless vampires who have like this
blades.
Yep.
Yikes. That seems impractical, but who am I to judge? All right, while you fight, I'm going to leave you here to fight for a little bit and get some vampire staking in. Let's go check in with Homer and the pumpkin carving crew. Can we take a look can we compare Andrew and Tom's pumpkin here so far, Homer?
Before we get to that, I just want to make the official announcement. I think we have our first pumpkin carving injury. Tom has drawn first blood there. He's getting... Yeah. Tom, you're going at it pretty hard, man. What's going on?
I mean, I'm like digging out this orange flesh, and this is not the tool that was. This is not designed for scraping away orange flesh.
I wouldn't say so, man.
I mean, it's coming.
You're doing a great job. Let's take a look. Let's get a close up on that. That's looking pretty.
Yeah, not bad.
Not too shabby.
I'm happy.
All right, let's go take a look at Andrew. Andrew has actually a different approach to this. He actually got the face going, but now. You said earlier it might have been a strategic mistake.
I think I painted myself in the corner with this one. Let's see how badly I screw this up. All right, here's the face. It's real close, except it doesn't look anything like the
Jason, though, from Friday the 13th. What do you think, Michelle? What's going on?
I
expert commentary.
I like their approach. I mean, drawing blood.
Yes.
Sweat.
Yes.
Eventually.
Flying chunks of orange.
I said, it's a good thing you guys have cleaning people here because it was raining hail of pumpkin.
I actually feel a little like in harm's way. You know what I mean?
Pumpkin in my hair. But given the tools that they have, I think they're doing a really good job.
I think they're doing an amazing job. All right, so I so far think they're neck and neck. Neck and neck in creativity.
Neck and neck is your official pumpkin facilitator opinion, because you're not the judge. The people, you guys in the chat room, are going to be the judge. We're going to be coming to you later for the final presentation. Your votes for the winner of the costume contest and the winner of the pumpkin contest are going to determine who we see in the final bonus challenge to determine who is king of Halloween on the spot episode. Jody Robinson, what's the deal at the initiation station? I think their time is coming to a close over there, right? We're trying to get some other competitors in.
Yeah, I think we're just about done. I know that Kevin might need another minute or so. You think?
I don't think I'm going to get any better than this. There's no do-rag. That's very upsetting.
What do you think about your...
we're seeing Sean's link there.
Yeah, so this is...
there's Marcus.
This is... Okay. So this is my link right here. So he's got kind of like the whole tiny little mini skirt with ripped tights look going on, because that's kind of the closest thing I could find to a tunic. But he's also got like a really classy vest with that like, frilly pirate shirt. And he's also got the boots and the gloves. And he's, that's kind of like older Link. He's
the Fabio Link.
Yeah, a little bit, but I like to, and he's also got a backpack to store his items in. So yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the way my Link turned out.
What about you, Kevin?
He's all right. There's no do-rag, so but I tried to scar him up, and actually I put him all the way up to 100 years old to give him that really gritty look, and I gave him a little rouge on his cheeks, only it's gray to make like he's a little dirty.
Can you zoom out to see?
No. So there's kind of his armor. I mean, that's about the closest I could get to a soldier look with his big soldier corset. I guess I don't know what that is. But yeah, there you go. That's Marcus Phoenix without a headset. So he's never gonna go, hey, I'm checking in, see what's going on out there. But yeah.
So you guys can vote in the comments or the chat room, and back to you, Chris.
And keep in mind, those are just our first two costume competitors. Sean and Kevin are about done, so we're going to cycle some new editors in that we're going to check in with in a minute. Right now, it's back to Marco because he appears to have arrived at some sort of pagan party in downtown New Marai. Marco, what's going on?
Well, we just left the catacombs, and in order for Cole to survive now as a vampire, he's got to, suck some blood. So right now, I'm going to show off. If you guys see on the screen on the top left, there's a little heart, and that is his kind of like vampire abilities. So in order, it's right now empty, so I need to suck some blood.
Sorry, sharp-dressed man.
So now that I've sucked some blood, I can do this.
And you have terrified everybody.
Yep, of course. Come on, it's Cole. They gotta be scared of me.
Is your special ability get a horrible migraine?
No,
oh, whoa.
I can do that.
Oh, neat.
Fly around.
You can fly?
Yep. But only for a limited time, because it does run out.
Oh, is that the little beating heart meter?
Yep. So there are other features that eventually, as you progress in the game, you'll unlock more, cool, abilities.
Sure.
But that's what I've got right now. So right now, I've got to find people so I can redo that.
You scared them all away.
They better be.
As if Cole wasn't nimble enough. Now he can straight up fly. I like that. Oh, hey, lady. Nice,
and so you get
nice
you get an achievement or trophy if you eat enough or bite enough people.
100 is a lot.
Yes.
But over a couple hours of DLC. Now I got a question from the chat room. Is there a review coming? Affirmative. Tom McShay is writing the review for this, and you can expect it, if not today, then tomorrow, I believe. But he is on it. Oh, that is a cool effect. I like that a lot.
Well, later on, you'll have more vampire abilities. As you progress through the game, there will be a section where you actually will be able to see people's beating hearts in vampire mode view. Ooh. But the thing is that there's certain, people who are actually not human. They're,
other creatures.
Yeah, hidden in plain sight. So you actually have to hunt them down.
Oh.
So that'll happen later on as well.
Very cool. All right, well, I'm going to leave you to your shadow flying for a little bit longer, and we're going to go see Festival of Blood, obviously, is out this week on digital downloads, but our next little segment brought to you by, is it Aaron Sampson this week, or maybe it's Werner? I don't know. Got it wrong last week. We'll see when we watch this episode of Digital Downloads. Roll it!
This week on Digital Downloads.
Halloween is right around the corner. You know what that means? It means vampires have swarmed New Murray, and one of them wanted to have Cole McGrath for dinner. To save his soul and the city, he has just one night to find and kill the head vampire. Featuring new missions, themed environments, new characters, enemies, and powers, Festival of Blood explores the darker side of the infamous universe. Up next, no, it's not a new Defender game. It's the PSN exclusive Pixel Junk side-scroller. Based on the unlockable stage from Pixel Junk Shooter 2, Side-Scroller fills the world with flowing liquids and hazardous gases while putting a new spin on arcade shooters. Blast holes in walls or use your ship itself to drill past scorching hot magma. Dodge flurries of alien bullets and upgrade weapons. Your goal is to get to the end of each level while gathering scattered coins and protecting themselves from the barrage of enemy attacks. Fast World of Space 2 loaning for you? Try Zombie Apocalypse Never Die Alone. It's a direct sequel to 2009's Zombie Apocalypse and features 4 new heroes who must attempt to survive a zombie uprising. Quartet is stranded on a remote island which is under siege from an army of the dead. The players must scour the island looking for survivors and eliminating the flesh eaters in order to create safe zones. Not so much a safe zone, but a sandbox of death. Saw 2 Flesh and Blood lets you step into the dark and tormented world of Saw 2 and experience the gruesome mechanisms that Jigsaw has created to test your will to survive. With new puzzles and combat systems, players will need to think fast to live through the deadly rigors Jigsaw has engineered, or succumb to a dead end. Everything begins and ends in this forgotten city, Anima, Ark of Sinners. While fleeing from their pursuers, Celia and Nemo fall into the depths of Earth. All alone, she awakens in an unknown location, an empty metropolis inhabited only by shadows. Join Celia on her journey through the world of the RPG saga Anima Beyond Fantasy. An adventure that will lead to the deepest secrets of the city and of her own soul. The War of the Worlds is a dark and new vision of the classic H.G. Wells novel, retold as an atmospheric, multi-layered 2D rotoscope side-scrolling platformer, and narrated by none other than Patrick Stewart.
Make it so.
For 800 Microsoft points. Old but newly available, answer the call of duty once again with Call of Duty Black Ops. Go behind enemy lines in covert warfare, classified operations, and conflicts across the globe. You can be the difference to tip the balance during the most dangerous time period mankind has ever known. Until the year 2027, that is. Because Kim Jong-un, the 4-star general son of Kim Jong-il, has gone and went crazy in Homefront, that is. The world has suffered a decade-long energy crisis and economies have crumbled. Well, are you sure this game's in the future? Well, reduced to a mere shadow of the superpower it once was, the United States became the target of a North Korean takeover. Malls, suburbs, and city streets are now battlegrounds as the civilian resistance fights for freedom. MX vs. ATV Alive is not dead. The franchise itself may be canceled, but you yourself can own the competition. Jostle for position with tightly contested racing in the final iteration of the MX vs. ATV franchise. Alive captures the spectacle of motocross and the essence of competitive racing while providing the best riders and gear from the latest manufacturers, letting players live the sport for one last time. For more information on digital downloads, check out our new releases page. Have a safe and sane Halloween.
Thank you, Werner. Ooh, a little howl in there. Hey, Sean McGinnis.
Hey, I'm back.
We got you back here from over at the initiation station.
Yep, I initiated and now I have uninitiated.
Okay, is that how that works?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. Reminder, that's the Saints Row the Third character creator thingy, which you have been playing around with a lot lately.
I've been playing around with the full game lately.
Yes.
This is sort of like, it's an interesting take on a demo, which is instead of like letting you loose in the world, they give you the chance to create a character in advance of the game. So it's like the entire character editor from the game. You get to design your appearance, clothing, tattoos, all that sort of stuff. And then you can upload your character onto like the Saints Row community site, I think, and people can vote on it and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And you can use the character if you get Saints Row the Third. You can use your character.
I hope so. I'm not sure actually. That seems like it would be cool.
That seems like that seems like a thing.
Yeah.
That you
I
can
hope
totally
so.
do.
Yeah.
All right. So, Sean, this is our Halloween episode. You are not risking life and limb carving pumpkins,
Nope.
but are you a pumpkin carving kind of guy?
I carve a pumpkin every single year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was this year's like?
This year's, we haven't carved it yet, actually. We probably should. We've only got like 3 days.
You're down to the wire, homie.
Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I believe you.
Nothing super elaborate, like those really crazy pumpkins that you see with like different levels of carve into them so that the light illuminates a different, you know.
Like the one that Michelle has done up for us here?
Yes. That is a bit out of my skill set.
I don't know. You got two novices going at it right out there. And have we lost any fingers yet or had any major pumpkin catastrophes, Homer?
Luckily, the wound has kind of subsided.
Congealed. Everything is fine. Everything's good.
All right, so you know, Michelle, we've been commenting throughout. Like, for having zero experience, these guys are doing pretty well, right?
I think these guys are doing excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look, you can see for yourself. They're doing.
Let's check in real quick. Let's show them off real quick, you guys. I know you guys are doggedly pursuing the task, but look at that guy. Not bad, right? Not bad.
I mean, both of them did really well. Both of them did really well.
Nice, Andrew. So how are you finding the face first technique treating you?
You know, I'm kind of regretting my choice because it looks like Tom kind of went in early and he scraped out the edges. He was able to really go all out, but with me with the face cut, I've got to be real careful, otherwise I'm going to just knock the face right out of there. So I think Tom made the right pick there.
Yeah, I'm completely opposite because now that I've made it all loose around here, I'm like pushing on this, and I feel like whenever I cut through, it's too dangly at the moment. It's a little dangly.
That's yeah. The dangle is definitely a factor that you gotta.
Yeah, it's yes, the angle of the dangle is. No,
I don't even want to go any further. So yeah, we'll end it on that angle of the dangle.
Right. So Tom and Andrew facing off in Pumpkin Challenge 2011. Now, you folks have already started voting in the chat room, but we haven't had all our contestants in yet. Those two guys are the only ones doing the pumpkin stuff, but we have two new competitors at the initiation station who we're going to check in with in just a sec. But you're going to want to hold off on voting till we tally them at the end. I'll let you guys know. Vote. You'll throw the vote up. We'll put images of all the characters so that all 4 editors who've created one can get their fair share. And then you'll be tallied for your delightful Halloween emblem. Jody Robinson, who do you have over there now?
I have Marco Georgievich and Carolyn Pettit.
Hello. Hi.
I have...
Hi. Yeah, I just switched chairs.
I actually have 3 different characters you guys can try for this time. It will be Phoenix Wright, or before you guys call them out, whoever gets to call out first, you better hurry. But the next one is Laura Croft from Tomb Raider, or Julie from Lollipop Chainsaw. So call her.
Laura Croft.
I'll take Julie. I can do that.
All right, so it's on.
All right, so in case you didn't hear, we've got Laura Croft and Julie coming from those two, and we'll check in and see how that goes. Sean.
I think Julie is just covered in zombie blood.
And like a cheerleader outfit?
Yeah.
Is zombie blood a character skin? I saw you could make them all silver. But
Under
can you make them
under
blood
the
spattered?
makeup options, you can do like blood on your face. You can do like blood dripping from your nose, or like blood around your mouth, or just all over your face.
Really?
It's kind of super creepy.
That would make for some interesting cutscenes in the game.
That
I imagine.
combined with the zombie voice, that would be good.
Rah, 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 rah. Did we show off the zombie voice when you did the demo for Saints Row the Third? Last time?
I don't know if we did, but it's in that Griefer's Guide.
The Griefer's Guide, yes, which if folks haven't checked that out, it is hilarious. Do you have a Griefer's Guide coming up next? Do you have one that you're working on for the future, or what's your...
There's always ideas up here for griefing.
All right, well, give us an example of something we can look forward to, or something that's up right now. What do you got?
What do I have?
Yeah, what do you got for me?
What do I have? No Griefer's Guides in the works. Is there a game that you want a Griefer's Guide for? Because I will grief any game.
I don't know. Could you grief in Battlefield 3? I've been playing a lot of that lately.
Probably. I think so.
Well, we do have a gun show for Battlefield 3, which I am working on. It's going to be a little bit of a different take because there's like dozens and dozens of guns in there, and the traditional gun show method of talk about all the guns isn't really going to work. But I think you're going to really enjoy it. It'll be up early next week. The console reviews for Battlefield 3 coming out today, though. So you can see Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. I'll give you a preview. Thumbs up. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. It's breaking the embargo. No, it's
think
out.
so.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we've got another tape segment to check out here. Speaking of Battlefield 3, have you watched the Controller, the first episode yet?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Those people are competitive.
They are really competitive. The pros are.
The pros are.
But the noobs are no good at video games. I mean, some of them seem to be doing okay and like getting the idea of going prone and stuff like that. But there was some serious confusion. My favorite scene was the utter agony when the pros were watching the noobs play, because I totally have that. I watch someone play a game and I'm just like, well, you could just, oh, what about over there?
Come on, Grandma, get a headshot already.
I know. It's like, what are you even aiming for? The wall?
Exactly.
Come on. But speaking of the Controller, FreddieW has been working with us on that, as you saw from his total fragging of Johnny Mosley in the first episode. And we've got a behind-the-scenes interview with him that you're going to take a look at right now, or else.
So you guys actually have quite a really cool role. It looks like you got your
got my weapon here, all good to go. We're gonna be it's kind of like Kenny in South Park, the host, American hero Johnny Mosley is going to be...
Which is really a video game thing, just the respawn. Basically, our role is we're going to kill the host over and over again. He's going to keep respawning and just showing up again. So throughout the series, basically he keeps dying and respawning.
The real question is, what did he do to attract our attention in this way?
That's what will slowly be unveiled as the series
What's
goes
the
on.
motivation behind your killings? Are you guys trying to find that?
It had some words with the director.
It goes back to 98 in Salt Lake City.
He mixes the water with a little flour, adds the yeast, preheats the oven, bakes it, the dough rises, and he delivers a fresh dinner roll.
You do a flashback to the games.
Blew it for you? What happened?
No, if you know what it is, if you get a hotel room, and it's like, I'm coming out, and he comes up and just hits you with a tire iron on the knees. It's like, Mosley!
Little Kerrigan, little Nancy Kerrigan.
Why?
So what's gonna be your approach today? What do you guys?
Today we're going to be surprising the cast here. They don't know. They're going to squib him up, and they're going to hit him. They're going to basically, he's going to explode in a shower of blood on them today. But the cast doesn't know it, so hopefully they'll be surprised. We're basically just shooting him from behind, and we'll see how they react. And they don't know what's coming.
They don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, after this, they'll probably expect it a little more. So this is our one chance to really catch them by surprise. So it should be a fun one.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we can't wait to get started with you guys. And you guys gonna be doing this every day, right? Or
not every day, but because
5 of the days.
5 of the days. Not every day, because people are gonna get bored of us.
I don't think anybody can get bored of you guys, actually.
5 exciting, mostly kills. all of your Olympic fantasies are gonna come true.
Russia and just sitting there like, da.
All right, Ryan, real quick. So right behind you is the FreddieW Johnny Mosley assassination scene. We've been watching this for like the last 15 minutes. So what do you think so far?
Awesome. Yeah, seeing FreddieW and Brandon up close and personal, went around with an M4. Yeah, the dream come true. And then Johnny Mosley, seeing him getting fake shot. That's rad. What if it snowed in San Francisco?
What if it snowed in San Francisco?
So they did the squib thing, dude. What you think?
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Super awesome. Oh my gosh.
Have you watched any FreddieW videos on the internet?
No, I haven't.
You have. Have you seen like the real life Mario Kart? He does that one, right?
I haven't seen that one.
Dude, anyways, the guy's a wizard. He is a certified wizard with visual effects.
He went to wizard school, the Wizard Academy.
It's really vague how you actually get certified as a wizard.
Okay.
All I know is that
he's got a BW, Bachelor of Wizardry. That's a degree you get at wizard school. I don't know. You wouldn't get it. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
It's beyond my ken. I don't know what I can say there. All right, folks. Since it is Halloween, the whole trick or treat theme is something. It's a thing.
It's relevant
It's
now
relevant
more than ever.
Yeah, and we haven't really. We've got some trick later in the show.
Okay.
That a certain Jody Robinson perpetrated around the office. But in terms of treat, we want to give you guys some stuff. We've got trivia to give away later in the show. But we're going to start right now with a little free download code for everyone's favorite Halloween-themed game, Costume Quest. So check it out. Boom. Want to download it?
Done.
The PlayStation.
Should we? Is
PlayStation
that Steam?
3, apparently? That's
Is that Steam?
I don't know.
Is that a Steam code?
It's too many letters to be Sony.
It's Steam. It's Steam.
Personal computer.
There you go.
PC. Download it. First one to do it. It's
Go
right
to
there. It's right
go
there.
to
Here.
e3l.gov/steam/costume quest redemption.
There is not a man who relies more on bookmarks to get himself around the web than Sean McInnes. He literally knows nothing of URLs, except that someone told him .gov was a domain.
Internet.gov/internet. That's my homepage.
Seeing him try to go to GameSpot without a bookmark is a trial. It's dangerous. Speaking of trials, costume folks, pumpkin folks, who's got something to tell me over there? What do you guys got going on?
We have a completion, but we're gonna wait till the big unveiling.
There needs to be a grand unveil. Yeah. So.
How do you feel? What do you think? What do you think?
This is a clear winner.
You've taken like a different approach.
Right. It's a little unorthodox, but I feel like the sport of pumpkin carving needs, some developments.
Have you earned or have you gained a little bit more respect for the pumpkin carvers?
I respect them immensely. They're heroes among men.
Well, you did get hurt.
And women. My bad.
Michelle, what do you think? What do you think so far?
I think that he did a really good job, given what I can see.
I'm bleeding.
I know. I saw that. I was like, our fatality thumb, but blood might add a little character. Blood might add a little character.
All right, let's check in with Andrew right over here. It's coming along. You're getting there.
It's coming. Yeah, after this, I just get the endorsements, and then I'm gonna.
And then you just kind of sit on the fat contract.
Yeah, doing all that stuff.
Ooh, whoa! Watch yourself. Watch yourself. It's getting a little dangerous over here, folks. So we're just gonna sit tight. Michelle, any commentary at this point? Like, yeah. What do you think they got a career?
I think they do. All right. Not carving pumpkins.
All right, there you have it, folks.
Homer, is Magrino's early finish, is that like confidence or just sort of bravado? Is he trying to bluff the user base into maybe like thinking, all right, this guy's got it?
I call it
I'm gonna lock in my
more
vote.
like 70% bravado, 30% like I'm just done doing this.
I'm bleeding, for Christ's sake. I'm done.
He's done. So there you go.
So that contest appears to be drawing to a close. We've got initiation station costumes being made over there. They are coming. How are they coming along, Jody? Doing okay?
They took a different approach than Kevin and Sean. They started with the outfits instead of the face first. So it was interesting, and I think that they're doing really, really well. The female characters in these games seem to have a lot of different things that they can try for. How do you guys feel?
Yeah, I'm having some trouble getting like at the face right. It's that's where I'm struggling. I mean, it's not that there's not enough options, but there's so many. I feel like it's coming along okay. Doing my best.
My problem is I can't remember how Julie looks like, so I'm just envisioning how I think she should look.
That's one thing that's the big challenge is there's nothing for them to look at, so it's all through their imagination and remembering what they saw, something bloody and something elegant with Tomb Raider. So back to you.
Jody Robinson. It sounds like you're kind of griefing them over there by giving them characters and then making them force them to remember it.
That's how I work.
And it is clearly how you work. And for more on Jody's mischievous nature, let's take out this little community feature that she put together. It's pretty self-explanatory. Let's take a look at that one right now. Now good? Now's good.
It's Jody Robinson here for a Halloween episode of the Community Lounge. I've got some tricks and we've got some treats, so let's check it out.
Cynthia and I started off the day on a search to find something to scare people with. We explored the halls of the Halloween store to find the best two masks to do the trick. Returning to the office, Frank from the video team joined us. He dressed up in a coat with a zombie mask, while Cynthia took on the wolf mask. And my job? It was to catch the third-person perspective. Let's see who got scared, shall we?
Oh, what the?
Next up, the treats. Cynthia has grabbed a pot to brew up a treat for Halloween. Take it away, Cynthia.
Double, double, toil, trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron. Oh, good evening, Gamespot. Today I'll be telling you how to make some delicious swamp water to serve at a Halloween gathering. Take 1 part root beer, 1 part orange soda, and some vanilla ice cream. Mix it all together and add some spooky Halloween candy, and voila! Now you have a tasty Halloween treat. Back to you, Jody.
We've got a couple more treats up our sleeves for a chance to receive a badge on your Gamespot profile or some swag. Let's quickly run through the Halloween activities on Gamespot this week. If you're a fan of Gamespot's off-topic forum, there are 3 ways you can get your Halloween on. You can start by carving a pumpkin and submitting a photo of it. And on Halloween Day, you can check out the Scary Books image guessing game. There's also a candy competition. The off-topic forum posters will go up against the System Wars forum posters in a candy competition. But I don't want to spoil it for you. We'll explain more details on how both forums will have their candy battle on Halloween Day. Next up, if you're a fan of fuse.gamespot.com, you could check out the Fuse Spooky ongoing story. There's also a video challenge for a chance to receive some Final Fantasy figures. But if you're more into image creations, the unions have a Halloween-themed logo challenge you can check out for a chance to receive a union level boost. As you can see, we sure love making Halloween special on GameSpot. Let's check back in with Cynthia to see who has been featured as the member spotlight for the week.
This week's member spotlight shines on Hessel for his spooktacular pumpkin submissions. We're particularly impressed with his beautiful Boo Pumpkin. Congratulations! Are we done with the Halloween puns already?
Well, that's pretty much it for this Community Lounge episode. Have a happy Halloween!
All right, so as you can see, the On the Spot set is not the only place that we're fostering a little bit of Halloween competition. Be sure to get involved in all of that and see what, there's a lot of stuff to win there. And speaking of winning, we are gonna have our final judging commence in just a few moments. But before that, we got trivia giveaway number 2. It's trivia time. It's treats more? This is treats. Treats. What's our treat today, Sean?
I mean, it would be a trick if you gave them a Costume Quest code that had already been redeemed. That would be a trick.
Well, I mean, we probably kind of did give that to at least a few people, right?
Yeah, a few people got tricked pretty good, but that one person got a treat.
Got a good treat. Costume Quest.
The ones that were too slow.
Now, that was just one code, but for our trivia, we have 100 codes.
Oh.
Not Costume Quest codes. But trivia, sorry. We've got 100 codes for the Tribes Ascend beta. So all you Tribes fans out there, PC players from back in the day, that's right. Time to get into the Tribes beta. If you want one of these codes, you got to answer this question. The iconic weapon of the Tribes series fires exploding discs. What is the name of that weapon? Send us the answer to onthespot@gamespot.com. Shoot us an email or click the button on the side of the page that says ask us a question, answer trivia, whatever it's saying these days, and it'll send it right to us, and you could win a Tribes Ascend beta code. Now, Sean.
Yes, Chris.
Your entry is going to be in this final judging.
Okay.
So, and since you're on the red couch, you really have a chance to sway your audience here that the other competitors are not being afforded.
Listen to me. What am I judging?
No, you are being judged.
Oh, I'm being judged?
Yeah. Not you personally, your creation. So, first up, we're going to take a look at the initiation station results for the 4 costumes made by Carolyn, Marco, Kevin, and Sean. Let's take a look at each of these and see how they did.
So, Are you guys looking at the thing right now, or can I show you
We're
guys?
looking at you,
Okay,
Julie.
go.
We're looking.
Okay, Marco, tell us about Julie.
Well, I did the best that I could. I threw her on with, a nice short skirt, some, school uniform costume. I couldn't find pom-poms, so I went with a little backpack, very girlish, I guess. Gave her some hipster glasses, and to add some blood, I did add a little bit of blood on her lower lip there, so you can see that she's been in a fight.
Awesome. Carol?
Yeah, so I couldn't quite get the face right, and I don't think the tank top is as tight as it should be for Lara Croft. But, it was, I did the best I could and the pressure I was under to create something. And, I think with a little more work, I could really create a pretty convincing Lara Croft.
Yeah, it was pretty. I think that this was quite a challenge when you guys don't recall exactly, especially Julie. You have no excuse. No idea. I'm teasing here. That's pretty much I have from here.
All right, so you've seen Marco's creation. That's Julie. You've seen Caro's creation, Lara Croft. Now we're going to show you the other two creations. First up, we're going to take a look at which one?
Yeah, that's my link.
Sean's link.
That's my link right there.
And the last one is Kevin's Marcus Phoenix. So, Caro, Marco, Sean, or Kevin, cast your vote now for who wins the costume contest. We'll be tallying them up over the next few minutes and deciding the winner of this one. But now let's go check in with Homer for the results of the pumpkin contest. Let's show these off and give these folks something to vote on.
All right, here we go. We are getting prepped for the big reveal. Michelle, any last comments before we do the unveiling here?
I just have to say you guys did a fantastic job given what you have, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Your sweet precious baby.
All right, so without further ado, let's start with Tom first, because you have an interesting take.
Oh no!
His light went out. That's what happens when you. Yeah, here we go. Check this out.
As it would turn out, the angle of my dangle proved to be my downfall. But I feel like I improvised well. He does have a nose ring. Which I feel is my own little tribute to Cliff Bleszinski.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like I did a pretty good job.
All right.
Pretty good.
Pretty
good. Pretty good.
You feel proud?
I feel proud.
All right. Well, that's work. You did some work, so yeah. All right. So Andrew, let's see it.
All right, let's take it. Well,
Oh, look, he's got the light going and everything.
Yeah,
I do.
light burned out.
Nice.
Yeah. So
You got the face there. You're in one piece. You got the cog going, although it has kind of like a starfish look to it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, I thought it would go, kind of both ways for the Gears fans and also the Maritime fans.
Giving a shout out to all you Maritime folk out there. So there you have it, folks. This is the grand prize. This beautiful piece of work. It's missing a jewel right there, but hey, how does it compare to this masterpiece that Michelle has crafted? It's up to you. It's up to you to vote. So, yep.
All right, so we've got Tom's bandage creation and Andrew's Mary Kirby Star creation. Which one do you want to vote for? Sound off in the comments right now, and the winners of those two contests are going to compete in our final challenge in just a few minutes. Before we go there, we're going to get set up for the challenge here, while you folks are going to get set up for your journey into Middle-earth. Lord of the Rings War in the North is coming out soon. Sean, you've heard of this game?
That is accurate. I have heard of it.
Interesting stuff, huh, folks? We put together a starting block recently, filmed some tips on how to get started with your fellowship, how to use your abilities to the maximum orc slaying effect, and you're going to observe that while we set something special up for you right now.
My name's Andre McGuire. I'm the lead game designer on War in the North, and we're going to show you a little bit about the strategic elements of combat. We've got our ranger character here in focus, dual wielding. Dual wielding is something that you can actually upgrade your character with through the skill tree. We'll get into the skill tree a little bit, as well as the unique character abilities and some of the cooler aspects of combat. To kick things off, our ranger character has gone into a hit streak, 5x, 7x, 9x, and that's an example of how you can kind of get the most XP during combat Each character gets a base level of XP, but you can get bonus XP by going into a hit streak, and that's achieved by completing a critical strike, which you'll be able to do once you see the yellow triangle over the character's head. And that's really beneficial because you'll be able to level up your character more efficiently and explore more the skill tree, which is really where you kind of customize your character. It's really where you define your character, your play style. And as far as that goes, you can focus sort of as a tank character or as more of a support character. You can also upgrade your character to utilize co-op skills, defense skills, melee skills, range skills. There's really a lot of depth in the skill tree for each character, and each character has their own unique skill tree. Because our ranger character is dual wielding, you'll see that that he's getting 2x for every hit, as well as a damage over time effect that he's got on there. There he's just done a critical sever. Also, when it comes to critical strikes, you can do them cooperatively, which really gets you a lot of XP. So that's you'll want to try to work as a team together as much as you can and pull off co-op strikes. So over on the right here, we've got some trolls down below. The trick with the trolls is you're going to want to stick and move. So you hit them quickly, use your abilities. Our ranger character's also got a powerful overhand strike that he's utilizing. So that is something that you'll want to be sure and use against these trolls. Also, you want to hit them in the head. They do extra damage in the head. And with the armor that these guys have in Gundabad, that's going to be really important. So Gundabad is something basically a dwarven fortress that we're trying to get to. We've been to Rivendell. We've talked to Elrond. We've met the Fellowship where they formed, and we've branched off into Gundabad to explore what's going on there with the enemy encampments. We've basically snuck up the side of the hill here and sort of breached the enemy lines. War in the North is really all about sort of this small special forces unit that is infiltrating in and gathering data and breaking up their plans. Here we've got Belaram flying in and doing an attack on the troll. And so we're making our way towards the Dwarven Fortress and doing a pretty good job at it. Let's go up to the right here and showcase a little bit about the character abilities. Each of the character abilities has allows for finding different secrets. So you can find the ranger character has tracks that he can find, which will lead to ranger caches. Also, our dwarf character can find hidden caches in the walls. Also break through weak walls to find secret chambers. Our elf character can craft different items. If you actually switch to the dwarf character on the feed, you'll actually be able to see that there's a piece here that you can inspect, and that's going to give you really good loot. The game, as an action RPG, is all about finding loot, finding the coolest weapons, finding secret chambers, upgrading your character to your play style, so that you can fight as effectively as possible. Now, in this particular chamber that the dwarf is finding, there's actually really good loot, and one of the aspects of teamwork is about trading the items back and forth. So you'll see the dwarf character found a really cool staff, and that's something our elf character can use, and so you can easily trade items back and forth if you want to try different strategies that way. And each area has these secrets that you can find. It allows you to find some of the best loot, and that's really beneficial. So if any of the characters finds one of these, you're going to definitely want to pay attention to that, because as far as the loot goes, you don't necessarily just find stuff for yourself. You're always finding a variety of different things, and a lot of the weapons can be used by any of the characters, but there's some that are specific to the characters, like the staves and things. You also want to make sure that you're equipping all the best weapons. in armor. So as you're going through, make sure you're upgrading your character appropriately, and then you'll get the best result. Okay, so let's jump back out, focusing on the ranger character, and we'll go up the embankment here. So down in the lower left-hand corner is the experience bar. That's what you're going to want to keep an eye on as far as getting the best effect. Once you're able to level up, you can outfit your character with different skills, and depending on your play style, that's going to be a benefit. Now, in this particular section, we're fighting Urukai, and these guys are really pretty tough. So as far as strategy goes, you're going to want to use the defensive abilities that you have access to. We do have a lot of melee combat and range combat moves, but also you're going to want to dodge out of the way. You're going to want to use the block button and make sure that these guys don't hit you. These particular characters have unblockable attacks, so again, dodging out of the way and using that defense is what you want to do. Now, in the event that anybody gets in trouble, you can actually use your abilities to help that other person out. In the case of the ranger character, we've got evasion, and evasion is particularly useful because you can use it when the other character's down. And here we're seeing the ranger character use evasion to go undetected by the enemy and revive the dwarf character. Now the ranger character has now gone down, and the dwarf character can use War Cry, which makes the dwarf impervious to attacks and able to avoid those hit reactions. Okay, so that's a look at some of the more strategic elements of War in the North. The game is coming out November 1st. It's going to be on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. Thanks very much.
Now, to my left, I have the two victorious gentlemen standing here in varying degree of costumery. First, let's have a round of applause for Sean, our Initiation Station champion.
My
Sean,
costume now is that I'm wearing a hat.
It's jaunty.
Yeah.
Great work on your battle damage link. And Tom Magrino,
yeah,
you maybe got some sympathy points.
I maybe did.
But you played it well. It was a contest, and you are the victor. Yeah. Your reward is a goofy wig and a cape. And us forcing you to dance on camera, apparently.
Yeah.
Right. So we're trying to get Dance Central set up here to do a little dance-off to determine the King of Halloween, because what better way to determine that sort of thing? So why don't you guys both step up and see if we can get that Connect old dealio to recognize you.
Recognize me, Connect. Xbox,
Sean
recognize
has been
me.
a little bit,
Xbox. Song, Bad Romance.
No!
Xbox Dance.
Oh, there you are. Step forward a little bit, Sean. And put your arms down to your sands. Oh.
See, the problem is you don't have a badass cape. It's totally.
I think the problem is that I'm not being recognized. Song, Bad Romance.
That's in Dance Central, not Dance Central. Oh, there it is.
Mode, perform it. Difficulty,
should be
hard.
Dance Battle.
This is literally the worst way to select.
Dance Battle. Come on.
Xbox Dance.
Jody, can we get a little help with the controller there?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, maybe press back now, Jody. Yeah.
All right.
Perform it tutorial.
Oh, yeah.
Are you really?
No, it would only recognize you.
Oh, okay. Well, this is nice.
Yeah.
This
At
is
least
good.
put his goofy mug on the. Okay.
It's good.
This is rich.
This is
rich and compelling.
Tom Magrino.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to do Dance Central, Tom?
I've done Dance Central maybe 4 times in my life.
Okay, let's make it 5. Here we go.
I am trying. See, it's the cape.
All right, well, while Tom tries to get his victory dance on here, Sean, let's tell folks about some stuff that's upcoming that they can check out on thegamespot.com.
Yes, tomorrow morning we have a new Skyrim video going up.
A new Skyrim video?
A new Skyrim video.
Exciting.
Which is going to be exciting.
What's the deal with this thing?
Let's just say if you like Planet Earth, you're going to like this Skyrim video.
I like Planet Earth.
All right. Sold.
All right, so new Skyrim video, and we've got, what else? What are we talking here? New episode of The Controller.
Yes, that is also going up tomorrow.
Episode 2 going up tomorrow.
Yes.
featuring maybe another elimination.
Possibly.
I'd like
I don't
to
know.
see. I'd like to see the noobs get into some physical challenge because I think that's what they're kind of decent at.
Can we?
Speaking of physical challenge, Tom
Can we take a look at
Magrino
this?
is. Can we get a little music for him? Yes.
This is Tom's prize for winning the pumpkin carving contest.
This is the power of your votes, people.
Yes. This is
You didn't even
democracy
put it
at
on
work.
easy. Like,
It's all right. You can't fail.
Yeah.
Really? No, you can't. It's accessible for all ages, including whatever age you are, dance master.
what?
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Tom,
shake it.
I'm never
Put your
forgiving
cape
you
back
for
on.
this.
Put your cape back on. You look ridiculous without it.
Tom, while you're dancing, tell us what.
Thank you, users, for choosing me as a winner. I appreciate that.
Resume dancing.
Continue dancing. Never stop dancing.
Dance and tell us what was on the hotspot this week.
On the
Your
hotspot. Now we're
stupid cape
talking.
fell off. What are you, like a stripper vampire?
Tell us.
We
Sell
had
the hotspot.
Uncharted 3 on the hotspot, and we also talked about GTA 5.
That's right.
Which was a good segment. Good segment.
Yeah, just like this.
Yeah, it was rich and compelling.
Rich and compelling.
Speaking of GTA 5, you also may notice in the top slot is some editors sounding off on what they think GTA 5 is going to, where it's going to be, who it's going to involve, where it's going to be set. Mm-hmm. A lot of well-measured, thought out examples.
Some light hypothesizing.
And then there's my example, which
Yes.
is different. And you can go ahead and read that to find out. Do the vampire. Do this one. Come on, it's Halloween.
Puppet Master.
The puppet. You would call that the puppet master?
I like your little leg kick.
Yeah.
That's how you do the fierce kitten, apparently.
Oh,
yeah.
freestyle.
Freestyling.
I hope it doesn't
is it
show the
registering
magic
the
of our
wig?
stage.
See, I like that I'm going to be doing this on screen, and then it's going to show me again on screen.
Yeah, right
Oh,
now.
look at that.
It's happening
That's
right
like
now.
double humiliation.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
I mean, we have a lot of layers of humiliation going on here, and you are my Halloween hero for this, Tom Magrino.
This is well-
I hope you folks at home are appreciating the lengths that Tom is going to bring you this. Look, he's scoring thousands of points just for you.
Literally thousands of points. This is what Halloween is all about. Just a bunch of dudes hanging out, listening to Lady Gaga, and putting one of those dudes on display while he dances.
Making him wear pretty costumes.
Yeah, just
and dance.
making him wear a cape and a wig and dance. It's really why Halloween was invented all those years ago.
Some people go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Flawless finish! Flawless finish!
Flawless finish.
That's all that matters.
Tom Magrino, ladies and gentlemen, the
Tom
king
Magrino.
of Halloween.
Take a seat.
It's pretty good.
Take a seat on the winner's couch.
Here we go.
You're a
Yep.
winner.
I'm a winner.
You're a winner.
I'd like to thank all the GameSpot editors who participated today in our various contests. Thanks to Jody and Homer for facilitating that. And thanks to the guys in the back for putting this all together so that we could, Tom, tell us, how does it feel now that you have struggled to the top and been declared the first ever inaugural on-the-spot Halloween champion?
I will bleed on you.
That sounds threatening.
Wow,
Do you want this to end now? Do you have to seek
genuinely-
first aid?
No, I used all my Band-Aids on the pumpkin.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Worth it, though,
Worth
right?
it.
Am I
Totally
right?
worth it.
I'm right.
Totally worth it.
All right, folks. We hope you have a happy, healthy, safe, and super rad fun Halloween. We wish that to you from here at GameSpot to you in your homes, wherever you may be. For Sean McInnes and Tom Magrino, I'm Chris Waters saying thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.